I'm back online, bitches. I had pneumonia for the last week and a half. Now I'm better. I'm on several drugs to get me back to normal, and they're working. Working well. My fall riding will not be hindered. Yeah, it's a depressing thing when you have a motorcycle in like nice weather, but you're sick, and all you gotta do, all you can drive is your car. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Like, I was gonna ride to work every day this week, and then I was gonna, go out just about every day for a nice fall time ride. But lo and behold, I got super sick, went to the doctors. They told me, I said I think I had pneumonia, and they concurred it. So, whatever. 1 week wasn't too bad, I guess. It was still kind of hell. I'm missing out on a lot of riding. And I was gonna go one of those days, because right before it was pneumonia, when I was kind of sick, just like allergies. But my voice was all fucked up, and you wouldn't want to hear that, so a couple things have changed since my last video. I got new saddlebags on my bike, and I actually did a video where I wanted to do a review, or I did a full review, but like I said, I was too sick and I really didn't like the way it was, so I didn't upload it. So maybe that's what I'll do now, is I'll do this little review. So I've been driving my Harley Davidson Sportster 1200 Roadster for about 5 months now, and there's some upsides and some downsides to it, for sure. We'll start with the downsides. First is that it's a pretty uncomfortable bike as far as the seat goes. Riding posture is not too bad. That kind of adds to it. The uncomfortableness of the seat after a while, though, the way you're sitting on it and all. So I find myself every once in a while changing up my riding position. So that's the one thing, but you can always change out the seat. Second thing is the fuel tank size. It's not very big. It's like 2.5 gallons, and there's no gas gauge. Another thing you can add to it, but it's just, coming from the factory, you want a good bike, a perfect bike, and those are the little things that they could have done that they didn't. So the quietness of it, for sure. It's not a very loud bike with a stock pipe. It rides really well, though, and the Roadster model is built for a specific style of riding, or a specific road style that you like, as in like curvy roads. With it, it's a little bit higher. It's got the dual disc brakes in the front and the disc brake in the back, but it's not necessarily like a touring bike, so you don't get that. But it does have great handling capabilities. It's a very great handling bike. Like, I could whip it, and that's because of the height of the bike. And then, of course, okay, so we'll go with the pros now. It's a quick bike. It's a very quick bike. It's very light. It takes off like nothing. Let's see, what else? It's a cool looking bike, for sure. My year, it's a 2006. My year is, maybe it's not necessarily the prettiest looking year, especially with the paint job I had. It's kind of plain. But then again, I like plain things, because I'm a plain guy. Not very special. It's very customizable, as is any Harley. Like, I'm going to be getting spacers for this. I was supposed to get them like a week ago. Good brakes, huh? I don't know what the hell we just stopped for on a dime, but at least I was able to stop. Yeah, the bike seems to be geared just right too, so it's good in the city, I think. But because it's a air-cooled bike, that's the one drawback to driving in the city, is that unlike those 80-degree days, it just doesn't. It's not up to par with cooling as those liquid-cooled bikes would be. But that's my next thing. I'm going to get like a sport bike with liquid cooled, so I'm not too worried about it. That's next year. We're in the fall, we don't really need to deal with cooling anymore. It doesn't get much over 65 anymore. So. Well, look at the ocean. It looks gorgeous today. I love living here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's possibly my favorite spot to come down here on this beach. This is Camp Ellis. It's great. Fucking squirrel got right out of the way. Thought he was dead. So I went to Boston. And it's like an hour and a half drive from where I am. And I go to this place down there called Micro Center, and you know, it's basically a computer store, and it's like Best Buy, but they only sell computer stuff. So I went down there, and they're always good for getting stuff cheap. Like if you want to build a computer, you can get all kinds of cheap stuff down there. Motherboards, power supplies, CD drives, DVD drives, processors, RAM, all kinds of that shit. They're cheaper than anywhere else, and it's worth it for me to go down there if I'm buying a lot. You know, 10 bucks in gas, whatever it comes to, and whatever time that I spend, it doesn't really matter. I saved like 100 bucks going down there. So I went down there and I didn't buy any computer stuff, but I bought like I bought something for my MacBook, a HDMI to mini DisplayPort adapter, so that way now my MacBook is also a desktop Mac for my big TV monitor screen, so that'll help with my video editing. And that cost me like 10 bucks. And you know, you go somewhere like Best Buy, you're spending like 20, 30 bucks for that same cord. So that's 10 bucks. So say $20 saved. And then I bought a 64 gigabyte micro SD card, which down there costs 20 bucks. And anywhere else you go, you're spending, I don't know, somewhere 30 to 50 bucks. Ridiculous. So I got that down there, and I got a bunch of other shit. And yeah, I walked out of there spending like, I don't know, 50 bucks for $150 worth of shit. It was amazing. And Micro Centers, I guess because you know, there's not really they're not good around just like small towns and shit like Best Buy would be. They don't really sell a lot of consumer electronics. They do, but it's not like most of what they do. Most of what they do is sell to like the nerd, and there's computer builds and all that, customizations, builds, everything. So you can't really find them outside of major cities. So I mean, if you live in a major city like New York, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Boston, Houston, Atlanta, anywhere, Chicago, they probably have a Micro Center there. But if you live like in the Midwest, you know, 200 miles away from any major city, you're not gonna have any luck. So sorry about that. I'm like right on the cusp of being too far away myself. It's like an hour and a half, 80 miles, so it's worth it for me once a month at least. Except for the fact that I had to sit in traffic for probably a total of 4 hours on my way down, which just because of the time I went down. I got down to the city at like 4 o'clock, right as rush hour started, and I sat in Boston and Cambridge, Massachusetts traffic for 2 hours. And I didn't get there until about 6 o'clock, and then there was traffic on the way back, and just the way it is. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I bought tickets to see Nick Offerman at the Wilbur Theater in Boston. 50 bucks, front row seats. Can't be any better. Nick Offerman is fucking hilarious. My favorite like libertarian character on TV. Not that I don't think he's libertarian in real life, but he sure plays and knows libertarianism pretty well. So. He's so funny. He's like the ultimate American man, like Theodore Roosevelt. Kind of a fictional hero of mine, Ron Swanson. So this is a real Harley guys drive. Slow and with old ladies. I got bronchitis. Really ain't nothing going on down here. Huh. What a surprise. That's okay. I'm not really up doing anything. I just want to, you know, chill. Go for a nice bike ride. Clear my head. Not that it's like troubled at all. Just, you know, keep my head cleared. Swear to God, my clutch lever needs an adjustment in like the worst fucking way. It's like, A, idling too high. B, it doesn't like let go. I mean, look at this is its idle. It's like 1100. It should be like 1000, like maybe even 900. I don't think it has anything to do with the idle either. It's just the. It's like the clutch. Like it lets out really close now. Huh. I usually come down here and vape. It's a nice place to vape off, you know. Found a cool little resting spot. I usually park right about here. And I shut her off and pull my vape out. Alright, that was enough of a vape. Boy, is it damn cold out, and I really want to get home before it gets dark and cold. So, that's where I'm headed. But, you know, got enough riding into on my way home to make a good video out of this. So, one thing I realized about myself is I am super in love with like stand-up comedy. So, like, my favorites are Bill Burr, who's, you know, kind of a Massachusetts-born nationwide nationwide comic, funny as hell, super non-politically correct, love the guy, red-haired cunt. And then the local guy is Bob Marley. He's fucking hilarious. You'd only really get his jokes if you were from Maine, because most of his shit's about like Maine people and how we are, and like our shit that, you know, we do. Yeah, so, and that's one of the things I think I'm gonna start doing, is posting like some of my favorite comics, things like, you know, these hour-long videos of my favorite stand-up jokes, or, you know, whatever you call them. Put them on YouTube. That'll get some good goddamn views too, because people love comedy. I just hope I'm not violating any like copyright. Probably will be, but I'm not too worried. I don't give a shit really if people in Germany can't see the shit. And the other thing, one thing I love about comics is like, they're like, I don't know, the 21st century philosophers. They really hit the nail on the head when they're kind of tearing down and criticizing and making fun of society. It's great. I think it may be just about time to pull out my sunglasses, because that sun is like right in my eyes, and it's going to be right in my eyes the entire way home. Oh yeah, I didn't mention, I'm going to California instead of France, just because money, you know. What are you doing? Yeah, you're good. Fucking idiot. Sun ain't that bad. Yeah, so it's safe to say that for as far as this year goes, the days of night riding in the city, or any night riding in general, pretty much over. It's getting goddamn cold pretty early. And unless I like bundle up and like full on snowmobiling gear, there's no way I'm gonna do it. It's kind of shitty, I know, but just the way, the price you have to pay to live in Maine. Nice wave, cunt. Bitch. I hate it when, like, you know, you blatantly do something nice for somebody and like there's not even like a nod. Not like, you expect a wave, but the least you can do is a fucking nod. And it wasn't even that. I was just like, yeah, thanks a lot, fuckhead. Bitch. Ungrateful bitches. I'd hate to fucking be her husband or whoever has to deal with her fucking ass. Oh, so tonight is the night of the supermoon, or the lunar eclipse. And you know, it's the last time we'll see one for like fucking million years or something like that. And it's like some fucking end of the world Armageddon omen. So that's happening tonight. And I think around 10 o'clock they said is when it'll be when it'll happen. So I live at the beach, man, and the beach is a great place to go watch the moon. It's just so exposed and open. I'll be there. It'll be like fucking moth running to the light kind of shit, you know. Something will happen, like the aliens will come down and destroy me, like a one quick sweep. But yeah, like my whole family's going down, so it's kind of a cool thing. Bringing a telescope and all that shit. Hooligan motherfucking shit. Another one, turn on the right. At least he fucking got right on it, didn't fucking hesitate. Didn't put on his directional a mile early, then go slow until he turned. I'm getting a little tired. I gotta go home and take my roids. My allergy roids. Get my pneumonia taken care of, you know. I'm out of antibiotics, I'm all done with that. And this is what I like to do going down this street like the entire way, because it's like straight, no turns, is I like to stand up the whole way down. Like I'm kind of like on a Segway going really fast or something. Sometimes it works out good for you. People look at you odd, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with being an attention whore. And then if you see a cop, you sit down. Like you're just shaking your ass off, right? One of these days, though, I am going to lose my balance. I'm going to fall right forward, right in front of my tire, and run my ass over. 500-pound bike. So, but I think I'm done for the day. Kind of go home and relax, and then go see that big super fucking moon. So, like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully, shit will get a little bit better here in the next couple weeks. If it's not already good enough for you, don't be ungrateful, you sons of bitches. Like this shit, share it, and subscribe. Don't fucking take my shit for granted.